Hi everyone, Comic Viewer here. This time reviewing on Transformers Spotlight Cliffjumper. Now, as you know, Transformers Spotlight was a 2005 comic book series that featured characters like Shockwave, Mirage, also Optimus, Blur, Galvatron in their own stories. And the cover mainly has Cliffjumper getting his guns ready, guns blazing. And we're shown how, at the start, Cliffjumper is talking with someone saying, "I can't hear anything. Have they gone?" "No, there's more of them. They called for reinforcements." And we're shown much earlier where Cliffjumper meets two of the locals, Cole and Kiter. So Cliffjumper says, "Hello, what are you?" And he points out that he's an Autobot and she's assumed that's part of his race, but he says he's Cybertronian. And he even does get fascinated by Cliffjumper and asks him, like, "Are you inside there or other things?" And even says, "You're not of here, but how do you speak like I do?" "I don't." And so he does point out that it's more of a system in it that he can sort of translate. But he says to call it magic. And so we see how Kaya welcomes Cliffjumper into her life, and was shown at the farm. Kaya points out that her parents did die from an illness, so leaving her and Cole on their own. And we're seeing how they mention that others on her planet do help to get by. And so we see as soon as they make their meal, she asks, how do you manage to eat and stuff? But he points out it's more like an energy on ration thing. And even when asking about others of his race, he does mention that there are bad ones as well. And you can kind of tell Cliffjumper wants to admit more, but you can kind of tell Kiter is a bit more of still a kid, but doesn't really see through. And she does say, "To hurt another being, to hurt us, there is no greater evil that can be done. I'm one of the good guys, Kiter." And so he does say that he'll help tomorrow and that. And we're shown how the farm is a bit more improved now, and we kind of see how Cliffjumper is enjoying his new life, and even mentions that he never felt the same after the war. And we're seeing how Kiter shows Cliffjumper some flowers, which he doesn't know what to do with them, and says, "To give to girls, silly." And so we're shown a Decepticon ship passing by, and even Cliffjumper asks Kiter, "Where's Cole?" So they rush to sort of get to Cole, and we're shown with the Decepticons saying, "No weapons, signature." And so Kaya tries to sort of save Cole, but ends up getting slapped. And we're seeing how the Decepticons go in to investigate for any possible Autobots, with Cliffjumper slowly taking them out, and even managing to score some damage. So they decide to sort of call for reinforcements, and says, "Call for reinforcements. Oh, we could. Do it." And so pretty much Kiter tries to talk with them, saying that he just wants to go home, but it falls on deaf ears. And we see how one of them uses Kiter as a sort of hostage to get Cliffjumper out. And they realise it's just one Autobot. So after Kiter tries to talk with them about letting him go, one of the Decepticons, who's meant to be the leader, says that he assassinated some of the Decepticons and basically killed the commander and everything else. And when Cliffjumper tells Kiter it's true, Kiter is hurt, and if not sad, that the person she knew was something just as bad. So after getting hit and a bomb thrown at them, Kiter is badly injured, and they basically rush back into the farm, where Kiter slowly dies, leaving Cliffjumper hurt, knowing a friend he knew for some time had died. And so the reinforcements show up, but after one of them tells them about a little red robot, they quickly figure it's Cliffjumper, and they say, "Arm yourselves! Hurry, nice ship!" And so basically goes guns blazing. And afterwards, we see how Cliffjumper makes a burial for Kiter, and even finds some locals to be Cole's new parents, leaving Cole with a newer life. And this is the story. So I would say Spotlight Cliffjumper is basically the Transformers version of Zuko alone, because it feels the same story, with Cliffjumper being accepted into someone's life. We got the bad guys sort of being the bullies, and you kind of got both characters being exposed for what they are. And I think they didn't really need to kill off Kiter. It just seems like a woman in refrigerators moment. So I think the story deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.